have this issue, left and right, trying to cut one another's throat, and they're both saying the same thing. They're both saying the same thing. They're saying they're looking out for America, but, if you got any common sense out there, I mean, you can look and see what's going on. You can see what you was 4 years ago. You can see where you are now. You can look back 8 years, 10 years ago, you see where you are now. But, I mean, it's a matter of looking around and not listening to somebody that just wants to be in office or wants to be a president, or no matter who they are. It's all about America. It ain't about you having power, Harris, or it ain't about you, Donald Trump, or none of you politicians. It's all about America. How many of you that have went in office, has been in office so long, and you went in there, you didn't have a pot to pee in, a winner to throw it out, and now you're a millionaire, okay? What about that? Why can't Americans have what they pay for? Why can't Americans go to the store and pay $2 less than what they're paying now? To you that don't understand business, if you hire a truck in California to bring a product here, if it's a restaurant, whatever it is, they bring a product here, it costs $3,000 to $6,000. And it's because of the diesel. Excuse me. It's because of the diesel. It's because of the gasoline prices. It all starts with energy. We don't have that perfection of solar power to move cars. We don't have that complete way of moving products on a battery charge. Don't have that. It's not in place yet. And you cannot force out the energy that it takes to run the electricity, run the gas, run the oil. You can't force that out overnight. You cannot stop the whole world for your stupid ideas. I agree. Solar energy is great. And of course, as we know, years ago, NASA used those solar cells to power, the satellites and the station we have up in space, the partnership with the Russians and all that, and they use that for that. See, this is down on Earth, see. We have 8 billion people in this Earth. You can't take a day's sunlight to run the world. It takes gas, it takes oil. And all you car makers. And I've done business with you, Jim, Ford, quite a few, Toyota. And you can come up with something to put on that car that will cut down on emissions. You come up with a Cadillac converter to cut down on emissions. What's your excuse? Donald Trump's got his ideas, and most of them are getting stole by the other side. But I'm sick and tired of hearing about Donald Trump, and I'm sick and tired of Harris, and I'm sick and tired of Biden. I'm sick and tired of all you politicians up there hollering you care about your country, but you can't even get along. And your agendas, some are good, some are bad. Mostly bad with the administration we got now. Is, as Biden would say, come on, man. Can't you see where we are today? Do you want someone to run for office that don't even know the old saying go? Their tail from the whole ground. Or butt from all around, whatever you call it. They don't know. They had their opportunity. And instead of building America up and making it a better country, they tore it down. They took immigrants out of other countries and brought them up over here, put them up in hotels, give them checks, give them all this insurance, health insurance and all that, and let our own people go. I don't care if you're a movie star. I don't care who you are. I don't care how powerful you are. You are not a good person that would do something like that. You ain't fit to be in the office. Man, there's bad people in the Republican Party just as bad as there are in the Democratic Party. I'm just trying to. My mother always told me you could put two crooks and two politicians in a bag and shake it, and they'd both fall out because they're disalike. Y'all need to be put in the bags and thrown in the ocean. If you can't do no better, actually, that would be right. But the point is, us Americans, we love our freedom. Now, you that don't like your freedom and you can't stand the thought of Donald Trump getting in there, you can't stand the thought of whoever's running for president. I didn't like Bush. I didn't like both of them. I really didn't. I like John Kennedy. I'm gonna tell you something. I like Robert Kennedy Jr. I really like that guy. Yeah, I didn't treat him right, government. He has as much right to run for president as you do. Oh, he wasn't in the same circle as you. That's why you didn't like him. That's the biggest problem with politicians. I mean, it works in the city, government, state. If you ain't in that circle, you ain't nothing. I've asked a lot of politicians to come on and do a show with me. Had a senator come on, he don't want to come back, or might hurt his feelings. I don't care. But I treat you right, and I'll ask you a question. I've asked Marjorie Green to come on. I disagree with you, and I saying things more than you should. I disagree with Donald Trump getting into the race thing with Harris. We see she's black. We know she's a woman. So what's the use of bringing it up? And I see a bunch of arrogant African-American people in the Senate, both sides. You got that job up there and your head's so big you can't get it through the door. And then you turn around and say you love your race, and you'll do a crappy thing for them, but just try to get their vote so you can do what you want to. And you've got them convinced that America is the racist nation in the world. That's the biggest lie you politicians has ever said. I work with black people. And they become my friends. I've worked with all kinds of different races. But see, you took America and you put America together, and Obama, you did it. Bush, you did it. Clinton, you did it. And now Biden did it. And some people need to think before they say a thing. Look before you leap. Look around you. Don't go to CNN and listen to all that stuff. Look around you. You African American people, there's no place or any race, whites, all. There's no way in this world that we can keep spending billions of dollars on immigrants, giving them free run of Social Security is what they're probably working up to. Give them that too. Give them a check to live. Give them a place that belongs to somebody else. You know one thing about a lot of the Mexican people, they don't start riots that's in here in this United States right now. Before all the borders started flooding, Spanish people didn't get out and start a bunch of trouble. More African Americans, white people, cut out and done more damage than Spanish people. But now, see, you open up the border, and there's every kind of thing in the world coming to this country. And then for somebody to get up there after 4 years and say they're going to do something about it, they're just lying. They just want to get reelected. Biden stopped the wall, all that tax dollar, all that wall, all that metal, sit there and rot. Why didn't you finish what you started? When I start a business, I finish it. I work it and I work it until it makes me money, or I quit. But don't hurt nobody when I quit. I don't get rid of my employees because I'm looking out so much for myself. I look out for them too. I got a man work for me for years. Ex-cop. Don't trust nobody. Can't get that cop out of him to save your life. But he's a good man that keeps his word. I got an engineer over there, works for this station, does what he can in the amount of time he's got to do it. And you know what? If either one of them got sick and needed help, or me, after working all these years, I went to work when I was 15-year-old. I didn't have to. I was just a wild idiot. My daddy would put me through college. It would done all that stuff for me. I was just a fool. Like a lot of you kids, you're going to college and all you can do is get out and start riots. You're going to college not to be drunk, party. You're going to college to better yourself, better your life. But back to my employees, if they got sick or, I know people right now got their Social Security check cut. I know people right now that the Social Security said they overpaid them. They're making them paying back. They come to me one time and said, if you don't do this, you know what? I said, you know what you can do? I said, I paid in millions of dollars and I never draw it out. And I said, I want you to tell me how you can give me $1,200 a month and then 100 years from now, at $1,200 a month, did I get it all? Oh, yeah, you draw it all. What a joke. They're sitting up there in Washington right now, both sides, trying to figure out a way to screw us out of our Social Security. Maybe Trump ain't. I don't know. They say one thing, do another. How can you vote for somebody that's had an opportunity and never bettered your country and then get up and start lying and say what they're going to do next? Why didn't they do it? It's done. This border has been open so long, it's destroyed this country up to a point. This solar panels, what I believe in solar panels, but there's a limit to everything you do, man. Come on, man. That's what Biden says. But I do know what I'm talking about. I ain't no stupid hillbilly. I'm a hillbilly, but most hillbillies get stupid every once in a while. But I'll tell you what, there's a biggest part of the hillbillies that built this country what it is today. And you people in Washington are trying to tear it down. You can like one another, and you can come together. You can say, look, Republican, Democrat, both. You can sit down and you can say, all right, we're giving all this money away to immigrants, drug dealers, and people that won't get fixed. They want to have one kid right after another so they can draw a bigger check. This is true. And you want the truth, or you want to just live in that fairyland where that everything's okay? It ain't okay. It's going to hell in a handbasket. Even, you know what's going on right now is even making the animals suffer. People that had animals and pets, they can't feed themselves, and they have to drop them on the side of the road, which they shouldn't. They should take them to a humane society and see if they could find them a home. But they're suffering. When you cut that gas off, you started the whole nation a suffering. Which one you'd rather do? You'd rather just die slow, starving to death, or you'd rather just get somebody in the office going to drop the gas prices, and how's going to regulate the prices on their food? You can't do that. And she's got all these printing machines. I'm saying if it was Trump, I don't care who it is. Now, let's take Bill Clinton. When Bill Clinton was in the office, our economy was great, but he hit the right time to build it up. He done the right moves. He done some wrong moves. I like Monica. Anyway, when my business was running, it was great with Bill Clinton. It was running good. All the companies making a lot of money, just selling on a telecom and all this stuff that was going great. I have to give him credit, see, and he's a Democrat, see. And because he did that, I have to give him credit. Don't matter if he is a Democrat. Now, he's siding with the wrong bunch now, but I'm going to tell you something. When he was president, I done real good in my business. I just about started recycling business about the time he got into office. Jimmy Carter, he had a big old heart and all that stuff too. Sometimes your heart can get you in trouble. The weakness about men is two things: hate and love. Love can get you in trouble if you love someone so much and they don't love you back. Hate can get you in trouble. For one thing, you'll die and go to hell for hating your brother. The other thing is, it eats you up and destroys your health. I don't hate nobody. I despise all these stupid ways. I despise the part where they want to take down the Confederate statue and replace them with something else. I despise if they wanted to take, Martin Luther King's statue down and replace it with somebody else. I despise that. I despise things that's so simple to understand that people can't even open their eyes and see. I despise this stuff. America, all racists that's going to vote this year, look at what you have lost and what you have gained. And that should make your decision how to vote. I don't like Harris. I don't like Biden. But that's my freedom. I don't like some things Donald Trump does and says. You know, I thought Obama, because, you know, I thought that was great that he become president, and then he turned out to be Mr. Hollywood. He wasn't caring about his people. He didn't do nothing for his people. He just put people in office that they could control. And that's what it's all about. Both sides. You don't give a crap about America like you say. It's like love. Your wife tell you she loves you, or your husband, and the next thing you know, you find out they're out there cheating on you. But that's their, or your children tell you they love you. When you need them, they're not there. Or your family. Or when the things come down to it, it's hooray for me and hell with you. That's the way America's looking at things now. I'll vote for Harris because she's going to give me $25,000 to buy a house. But these immigrants, they don't deserve $25,000. They need to go back where they come from and then come out of this country legal. You need to put up that wall and quit clowning around with our America. You're going to have the biggest tragedy pretty soon you ever seen in your life if you don't change. You're going to have the worst destruction you ever seen in this country. Going to hit this country one of these days because you won't repent. You won't go back to your old ways. It's a funny thing to me that America's been around for 250 years nearly, and it was all built on the Bible too. Most all people had morals. That's when God blessed it. You in Congress, you had morals. You feared God. But see, you don't fear God no more. You think you can just say, I'm saved and do anything wrong you want to and go to heaven. You're just like a Muslim. They think killing the Jew is going to get them a 70 virgin. My Lord, what would you want with that many women? You're not going to get no virgins. If you murder a Jew or anybody else, you're going to hell. That's it. There's a hell. I don't care what Noah says. There's a heaven too. Today, I'm talking to American people that watch me. And I'm talking to you because I love my country. I love my God first. I love my country. I love my family. And I love people. I don't care what race you are. And I want to see you be able to have that American dream one more time. And may God bless all of you. If you get offended to me, que sera, sera. You'll get over it.
Thanks for joining us today. To watch this show again, be sure to visit talkinlive.com. We now have Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels for you to watch from your home TV. Or find more of our recent shows on most any of your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, world. We will be talking live with you next time. The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin' Live presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin' Live TV broadcast studio, or by this channel or its management.